If you were born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st, or if you have a life path 4, you are not learning how to be a builder. Why do you think 4s are so destructive and rebellious if they're the builder? The 4 is learning how to be a reformer. A reformer is somebody who destroys something that's already pre-existing and then uses the remnants of what was destroyed to rebuild something brand new. And so 4 is a number of creation that comes from destruction. And so this is why the 4 is not a number of creativity. But people think the 4 is a number of creativity because of what 4s are able to do. No. 4s take the old and they make something new out of it. That's what they're doing. And that's what you're learning how to do as a 4. And this is why you guys have a deep curiosity to understand how things work. 4s have the mind of a scientist. They love gadgets, mechanics. They were those kids that would like to break computers down and then put them back together in their own way. And so as a 4, your curiosity is how your soul communicates with you. But 4s are only curious to know about things that can be physically applied to their life. And so 4s are going to reject anything that cannot make their life easier or that cannot be practically applied to their life. If what they're learning in school cannot be used in their real life, they don't care. If what they're learning in their religion cannot be used in their real life, they don't care. If what you're telling them they can't go out and do, they don't care. And so 4s only care about practical information. Information that when they learn it, they can go out and do it. But they're never going to do it exactly how they learned it. Because 4s are very obsessive with how they see the world. And this is why people call them so rebellious or black sheeps, or call them like revolutionaries. And it's not that they're revolutionaries, it's just 4s, they like to be up to date with things. Things that no longer work anymore, they want to remove those things and turn into something that does work. And so 4s came here to remove all the outdated principles. They all have their own vision for how the world should be. And so these people can be very nitpicky sometimes, but it's just their very detail-oriented nature. And so if you're a 4, understand if you're not curious about the work that you do, if your work does not stimulate your curiosity, your heart and your soul won't be into it, you're not going to be obsessed with it. If you're not obsessed with what you're doing as a 4, you're going to be highly disorganized, you're going to be highly lazy. But when you are curious about what you're doing, that curiosity turns into obsession, and that obsession activates your attention to detail, your perfectionistic tendencies, your strong work ethic, your relentless persistence. Y'all are not learning how to work hard. Y'all are not learning how to be disciplined. All those qualities naturally come when you're obsessed with what you're doing. And so if you're a 4, you need to pursue something that you're actually curious about. And 4s thrive the best in systems, but they're always going to build their own system. And so if you're a 4, allow your curiosity to go where it wants to go. Your curiosity is your soul telling you the things that you came here to learn, okay? Listen to me. 4s, y'all play a huge role in this world. The world will be completely chaotic if it wasn't for 4s, because 4 is a number of order. So please listen to me. Whatever you're curious to understand, when you have free time, pursue your curiosity. Keep giving more and more energy towards it. That is telling you that's what you really came here to do in this world. Whatever systems or things in this world that already exist that you're curious about, study those systems. Comprehend those systems. Understand those systems. Break those systems down. Understand how they work. And then figure out a way to make that system work even better or make it work in real time. Because 4s are perfectionists. They have a deep, unconscious, intuitive understanding of how the world works. And so when they're studying a system that already exists, they know how to remove all the things that's holding you back and then keep all the things that's supposed to be there. So 4s are learning how to chew the meat and spit out the bones. And so you need to learn and understand and study a system. And then because you guys are so critical, because you guys notice things and see things that other people can't see, you'll be able to critique that system and make that system more efficient. And so 4s are able to revive failing businesses. They're able to take failing doctrines and turn into something different. And these are mystical qualities that the 4 gets from the planet that's ruled by. The 4 is ruled by Rahu. and Rahu's the planet of illusions. But it's only an illusion when you don't make that an illusion reality. These illusions that fours have in their mind is just how they see the world. Fours are hyper fixated on details. And so if you're a four, study a system that already exists that you're curious to understand about. And that system will eventually lead to what you're supposed to be doing in life. Because you're going to correct the system and you're going to perfect that system. Understand that fours are very fixed. These are people that are very tradition oriented and very tradition based. And so fours, they don't like spontaneity. They're very realistic. They're so realistic to the point where if something that has worked for thousands of years no longer works anymore, they're gonna figure out what made it work, and then they're also gonna figure out what made it stop working, and they're gonna be able to get it back working. And so if you're a four, like, you can pretty much do anything in this world that is attached to a system, and you can be able to perfect it and make it better. To book a reading or to access my numerology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net. You can also find that in the link in my profile bio. But have a great rest of your day.